looking dangerous, but again they're going to have to get that go forward from the front rowers and the big men going forward. Even Alex Brown, who for me has a look at Derek Chisora, the heavyweight boxer. He's a big fella, isn't he? But you know, he's going to need to keep going forward and trying to create that ruck speed for them to get out. But again, Dewsbury, they'll be confident second half now, rolling down the hill, that they can certainly get back into this game. Let's see what happens and what unfolds. It's exciting times in the Cooperative Championships here live on Premier Sports.
The voice of Andrew Henderson of Sheffield Eagles and Scottish International as well. Brian Noble with us in the commentary box as well for this second half. Both of these two teams as well haven't finished a championship game empty-handed. Batley with 1 win and 2 bonus points, 5 on the table, and Dewsbury with 2 wins and 1 bonus point, 7 ahead of the fixture here this evening. So it's the Dewsbury Rams that have got us back off and underway. And already a knock-on.
Do you know something I was going to say? What we didn't mention at half-time was the conditions have worsened a little bit. Will we see the same quality of skill in relation to looking after the ball? First test of the second half for the Batley Bulldogs.
Over on that right-hand side, Greg Scott, the man who was stopped a few metres short. Settling down into dummy half is Craig Cock. Looks for his options. Went on that shorter side. Stopped by Mark Applegarth. Plenty Batley shirts just occupying that line, making sure they didn't scramble over from dummy half. So they use their hands to the Rams. Coming out to spread the play. Little dive through as well. And James Craven goes in the corner in the first minute of the second half. The referee is just going to go to Ian Smith and consider what the result will be.
So if you run this through, I think we're looking at number 4 out here. Number 4 there. Does he run and does he obstruct? Does he prevent the slide? I just need to see if there is any contact there, because it looks like he does just hold the slide in defence. Oh, it's very minimal there. Very minimal. Just jog that one back, please. So if you could just run this through slowly. Now, does he push him back and does he alter? Or does Ben Black hold his arms out and goes to him? And then does he brush him? He brushes across him. There's very, very minimal contact there. So if you go to the grounding, please. Just poor defence. He was never getting there. Yeah, that's a try. Clint, that's a try. That's a try.
The try then in the corner for James Craven, signed from Shawcross Sharks, a place where Alex Whittaker, the winner of the Golden Boot at half-time.
Great finish from Dewsbury through both halves. Walker releases Craven, good speed, goes inside, and it's a poor read from Ben Black. He doesn't peel off quick enough off the lead runner, which was Esdes, I think. No, Aidan Farr was the lead runner. Ben Black too late to get to Craven, and Craven shows good leg speed to get into the corner and a good finish, nice and low.
Just what Dewsbury wanted.
Well, I was going to have a big discussion with Hendo about the conditions and how it becomes greasy, and what we see from the kick-off is an error because of that. Misses the extra 2 points, unfortunately, so it's a one-score game now.
Stick with Gareth, guys, he'll let you know.
So the restart will be by Gareth Moore of Batley. Within 60 seconds of the restart, they've had that 10-point lead shot down, and more work yet again for Steve Crossley. Scored against Dewsbury in a pre-season in 2011, now playing for the Rams. He spent time on loan at Dewsbury.
Hold here, wait, go.
Towards the 30-metre line now, but 4 Batley shirts involved in tackling Ben Bolger. Big hits as well.
Move 6 feet, Ash, back with me.
Kick from the 40, looking for the 40-20. Quite runs into touch, picked up by Ian Priest, who doesn't go down easily, but eventually stopped on his own 20. Now Alex Brown, guy we saw with that blistering run.
We'll need plenty of that this second half from Alex Brown.
Work hard uphill.
Release, Josh!
As Batley approach that 40-metre line. Now with 6'5" Alex Walmsley. Drops the ball and play on, says the referee. Shrugs off the first onrushing tackle, does Pat Walker. Held on to by Applegarth. Dewsbury back inside the Batley half, though, and run from dummy half by Aidan Farl.
That was a good tackle. Very good tackle from Walmsley. He's cut him in half there. Here's Walmsley with the error, which gives them Dewsbury good field position, but I have to tell you, Walmsley's bent his back for a giant of a man there and sided him in half. Knocked the wind right out of him, that one. We see this again. Watch this. Aidan Farl right underneath his ribs. Watch this. Here comes Walmsley. Boosh. Get that in you. Oh, good tackle.
6'5" of prop forward in your ribs.
Get out of here.
Aidan Farl, the Championship's equal 4th top try scorer at the moment, with 3 to his name this year, but currently flat on his back on the 40-metre line. As we see hit from Walmsley.
Driven his shoulder into his midriff. That's 2 big blokes on each other, because he's not littling, is he? Farl. He's up there in the clouds where Walmsley is.
And we see Alex Walmsley. Signed from Dewsbury Celtic, the big prop. Had some good performances so far this year. We saw him play for Leeds Metropolitan University as well in the Bucks Championship final. As we look at the Dewsbury Rams coach Warren Jowett up in the stands looking on, but Aidan Farl still down on his back and hasn't moved very much since he went down.
No, he might just whiplashed his neck as he was going down or something like that. They're checking his neck, which is always a worry for players. The tackle was fair and legitimate. I can't see anything illegal in it. It's just hit him underneath, and maybe he just fell on his knee there. He was going down on Lindsay underneath.
At the moment, the Dewsbury Rams players have just congregated on the halfway line.
I've been impressed with the way they've spoken about the things they're doing. Just before the kick-off and just before we went into half-time to listen to Warren Jowett, and any opportunity they got. They're a pretty together bunch, aren't they? Here we see. Let's have a look at this.
Does he catch his knee?
Yeah, I think he catches his knee. I think he catches Bretherton's knee on the back of his head. The tackle was a good tackle.
Still down on the floor at the moment. The stretcher's just coming on as well. The physio's looking on. The head coach of Batley, John Keir, passing down instructions for his side. Fall, as we have another look at the tackle as well. Here comes Walmsley. Straight into him.
There you go. It's on the back of his head. It's his knee, isn't it? Complete accident as he's going down. To the base of the grip of his neck there. I think that's what he's done. Let's hope he's all right. Breathing okay. He looks to be talking to the physio. So
Alex Bretherton's knee that he caught on the way down, still lying on the floor at the moment as Batley players congregate on their own 30. Dewsbury are on halfway. And I guess at this moment in time, Brian, it's just a matter of the players who are out there keeping warm for one on such a cold night, but talking through that game plan as it looks like the Rams are doing.
Yeah, Cook seems to be leading the protestations there, but our first concern is obviously for Aidan Farl and make sure he's all right. So we have to do all the things right medically, which we do in our game, thankfully. Wonderful medical procedures that we have. And both teams now, it's about keeping your concentration. Well, he's moved his arm, which is a good sign, and let's hope they get him off the field okay.
Does seem to be obviously conscious of it since he's been down on the floor, but he hasn't moved very far at all. It was Alex Bretherton's knee that caught him on the way down. Yeah, not going to see any more of Aidan Farl in the game. Just fingers crossed that he's all right. I'm sure he'll be off for checkups. There has been a try, though, in this half. It went in the first minute from this knock-on from the restart. Dropped by the Bulldogs' Applegarth, just ahead of his line. It led to Dewsbury squeezing in the corner.
It's a great finish. Shows good leg speed. Beats Black, who's no slouch on the outside, who probably could have moved on a little bit quicker from Aidan Farley was the lead runner there. And this kind of thing can go one or two ways for both teams. You have to be really mentally strong and find out where you're at in the game and not be distracted. You know, he'll be all right with Aidan Farley. We're all hopeful of that, and he'll get the right medical treatment. And then there's still a game of rugby to finish. What we're into it. 3 minutes, 4 minutes into the second half, and I have to say Dewsbury's got the momentum at the moment, haven't they? Uncharacteristically, 2 errors from the Batley team coming up the hill. You know, we've seen big Alex Walmsley spill it, and then we saw Applegarth spill it coming out of his own end from the kickoff. So the only bit of ball Batley's had so far, they've given it away for nothing, which is to be like a shark frenzy from the Dewsbury Rams, or a ram frenzy, if there's such a thing. Throw a bit of meat into the water and they're snapping onto it. They've taken their opportunity.
But both sides of medical teams and physios on the field, seeing to Aidan Farley. He's on the stretcher now.
Well, we all hope he's okay, of course.
It's always tough when it's the neck, isn't it? You want to be cautious because of the injury and the potential severity of it.
Yeah, it did look like he just kind of hyperextended it, didn't he? You'd see the knee and his back of his neck just extend. So you're absolutely right, Ian. You absolutely can't take any chances whatsoever, and that's why these procedures seem to take a long time, but it's important that we get it right.
You just look at it again as Farley picks the ball up, sees off one, but in comes Alex Walmsley, and it's just the contact there with the knee as he goes down.
That's where the damage is done.
Just a little tap.
He's a little bit vulnerable as he spins round here in the tackle, and it's a complete accident. Completely innocent.
Just shows you the you know, players and coaches always talk about putting your body on the line. These players really do that.
Well, you know, I listen to some sports. I'm a big sports buff. I watch all the sports, and these boys do. Trust me, rugby league players are the finest athletes and the toughest athletes you'll find on the planet. They actually do. You know, they give every ounce of commitment, and it sometimes can be. We don't want any injuries, any sport. We play sport to enjoy it, you know, and unfortunately the byproduct of that, especially rugby league, is that being a contact and collision game that it is, we do have elements of injuries that we live with, and I've lived with for 100 years, as all sports do. But you know, when people are using the expression putting their body on the line, these blokes deserve it. These blokes are the true titans of world sport and athletes, and genuinely are the warriors of of sport. They do take a risk when you go out there, but they love it. The most competitive people like the most competitive games. That's why they play it. That's why we play league. It's because when we've got that balance of skill and toughness and talent, it's absolutely fabulous to watch. What a great game we have.
Let's have a chat with Andrew Henderson, who's up on the gantry with us here watching the game. And Andrew, how important now and how easy is it for those players to get back into that game mode with such a delay? Yeah,
it's been quite a delay, hasn't it, as well? And I'm just starting to see both sets of players starting to keep moving, keep themselves limber. But like as Brian pointed out, it's the mental challenge now. You know, Dewsbury, they wouldn't have wanted this to happen because they were starting to roll. They're on the attack. They've had the impetus early part of this second half. And unfortunately, there's delay in the game, which let's hope he's well, Aidan Farley, he's about to be carried off now. But it's important now that they switch back on, they get back into their game plan. They have to do nothing silly here, Dewsbury. They just need to get the back end of the set, try and get a repeat set, or even keep Batley coming out of that corner, you know, 1 or 2 metres off the line. Because I can't see Batley going 98 metres here and scoring, and they've really just got to bar up defensively. But see, they're back in the game there, Dewsbury, at 10-4. Don't need to be doing anything silly here. I say get themselves a nice repeat set here, or put Batley under pressure in that corner, bar up defensively, and then just see what unfolds off the back of that. But great start for Dewsbury, great start.
Well, best wishes to Aidan Farley. It's taken a few minutes to get him the treatment that he needs, but he'll go off for checkups now, and we wish him all the best, and fingers crossed he's back in action as soon as possible. Both players and fans alike applauding him off the field as we await the restart of this game. Almost 4 minutes gone, and Dewsbury with a try in the first minute of the second half, getting this back to a one-try game. And now we are back off and underway. Dewsbury on the attack. Spicer stopped 30 metres away. dropped back to Walker. Walker then fires it to Spavin. On that right-hand side with Esders now. Trying to keep himself in the field of play. Manages to back himself a couple of metres further upfield as well. Now taken through with Ben Bolger into that 20-metre line. Cook waiting at dummy half. Through a couple of hands. Now to Spicer. And into Andy Smith. Smith stopped 12 metres away.
Well, Andy Smith won't tackle himself either. There's a kick from Walker.
Still last. Still last.
Goes to ground, but picked up, then kicked through. Taken and put down in the in-goal area.
That's a good finish from Dewsbury. They've played till the whistle. And what we mean by that, a lot of people would have given up on this play, but they manufactured a kick. It's a Walker, it's dead and buried. They kick it back, it's nobody's ball. Gets rid of it. Manages to manufacture a kick.
Kane Sutherwood.
Yeah, he's smart enough. He's played a lot of half-back, a lot of hooker, half-back. Kane Sutherwood manufactures that little small kick. Gives him the ball back again. Now it's Batley's turn to be tough.
Bolger stopped 22 metres away. Cook in again at dummy half. Thought about going to Crossley, but took it on the shorter side. Here is Steve Crossley. Misses him again this time out. Comes back through hands. Eventually picked up by Craven, the guy who's scored the try in that 41st minute. Spavin stands in the dummy half. Through the hands of Walker. Sliding across the Bulldogs, holding Dewsbury a metre in from this touchline. The charge through this time from Spicer. Picked up off the field as well. Carried back over his 10. Cook. To Spavin with the kick. Goes to ground. And then rolls through. And the referee will just check the decision. Just see how they'll restart. Ball up into the sky. It's knocked by the shins of Pat Walker.
Did it come off Ash Lindsay? All right, no. He certainly never got anywhere near it. That's a great test early on in the second half of Batley. Back-to-back set to defend. And truck it up the hill.
Batley back on the attack then. Bolger tackling for the Dewsbury Rams. So they come now with Johnny Walker up to halfway. Held on by Smith. Now into Applegarth, who tries to round Steve Crossley. And Ben Bolger as well. Charging up the hill, Alex Walmsley. On that 30-metre line now, the fifth tackle, the kick into the sky from Ben Black. White shirts underneath it. It's come away with the Dewsbury Rams. They have possession just outside their own line.
Good kick from Black. Putting pressure on the full-back. Krem.
Dewsbury then 15 out from their own line to build downfield. Spraying the play. Esders taken down on the 20. Using that shorter side again. Driven back though by Daly Williams. Flung back for Dewsbury and a kick over the top.
Good set.
We can hear from Natalie, who's down pitch side.
Well, I've just been been talking to the physio, and you could see from the replays that he banged his head, but he actually twisted his body as he fell, so he twisted his head as well, so that's where the head injury came from. He's communicating fully, he was fully conscious, as you can tell as well, and the spinal board just came out as a precaution. So he's feeling all right. He's got a bit of back pain and pain down his arm as well, I'm told. He's into the medics room, and he will be going to hospital just for a checkup as well, so we do wish him all the best in his recovery.
Thank you, Natalie, for the update on Aidan Fall. Big stoppage 4 minutes into this second half. Batley now 20 metres away. The kick over the top, being chased down. Quickly in there with the boot. Austin Buchanan. Picked up, though, by the Batley Bulldogs in the in-goal area. And as Black got the ball down, the referee is running away. He's given the try. Batley Bulldogs. It was a rather unconventional kick away from Austin Buchanan, but the Bulldogs have got their first try of the second half.
That was a habit kick. He just leathered it, and it went straight up in the air, and Gareth Moore thinks, oh, hang on a minute, this ain't going anywhere near dead. So he kicks the first one, so he gets a try kick for this. Austin Buchanan gives it a good leathering and doesn't get it out of the ground. And Gareth Moore, in essence, regathers his own kick for a score. That's a fabulous play by him. But I'll ask him about Austin Buchanan's kick there. He knows he's chased that for his life because he knows it hasn't gone out. He's thought, oh no, please don't go. But he's giving it to Peter Kay. Have it?
You see him
hasn't
there,
gone out.
put
He
the kick
thought,
up.
oh, this ain't going out. This ain't going out. And Gareth Moore's chased his own kick. Plunked the ball down for the most unusual of scores for Batley.
So Moore's second try of the game. 10 points back in the game. 10 minutes into this second half.
I wonder if Austin Buchanan will get a try kick on his stats.
The extra 2 as well. 16 points to 4 then. 10 minutes into this game. Here it is again. It's Moore with the kick through, and then another kick from Buchanan, back to Moore. Moore puts it down.
He knew, didn't he? As soon as he doesn't tow it out of the ground, he thinks, oh no.
Gareth Moore was the joint championship player of the year while at the Bulldogs in 2010. Here they won the Northern Rail Cup. Batley back in possession now, making good meters so far in this set as they move over the 30-metre line. Potter stopped by Crossley. By Ben Jones as well. Crossley in with the tackling as well. Again, Moore with the kick. Turned back as well as it landed, but Greg Stott pounced upon it. The wind, the hill, as the ball bouncing all sorts of directions. Dewsbury on the shorter side now. Esda's looking for things to open up for him. Spun off the tackle. Tonks gets himself away.
He's been tough tonight, has Tonks. He's not shirked anything. He's carried the ball real strong.
Pressure on the kick from the Bulldogs. It's not gone too far. It bounces, and again, this time bounces down the hill. Claimed by Potts. Potts tries to get away with one man hanging off his shirt. Stopped a few metres away. And straight back into a couple of white men.
Dewsbury got to start the process again now, Ian. We've got to take the juice out of this Batley team by continually turning them around and asking them to chase back down the hill to come back up the hill. They'll only do that if they're patient.
Here comes Batley then. Into the 30-metre line now. 3 white shirts hung on to. Drop back and the kick through. Picked up by Buchanan. The guy who set up Ironically, Batley's try the second half. Over halfway, they go now with Greg Scott. Now with Jones. Came through the ranks of Cass, did Ben Jones, and on to Leeds. Now with Spicer. The ball's knocked free. The referee says
he did lose it as well, didn't he? I thought he might have got up and started screaming, had it stripped, sir, had it stripped, but no, he lost it.
Now here's Walker. 12 short of halfway.
Geordie Flanagan's on, things will happen now. Sparks starts firing, that's the 4th tackle on the bounce is done. George, number 14 for the Dewsbury Rams, putting himself about 5th. That's a fair effort, coming straight off the bench and 5 tackles on the bounce. That's not play on, it stopped his momentum.
Let's just pop down pitch side. Natalie's having a chat with the Dewsbury co-captain in Dwayne Barker.
Dwayne, I know you'll be frustrated not to be playing in this derby. How do you think the Rams are doing?
Yeah, definitely. I was all right on field with boys. We just need to keep on the ball and come up with better options in the back end of the sets. And we're playing downhill now, and we need to be playing down in their half. Batley doing well getting out of their own half. It's a big hill, but we need to just keep completing. And no, I think we'll be okay. There's plenty of time left.
I know you were hobbling round before. Just update us on your injury. Quite a serious one.
Yeah, it's just a slight medial tear. I'm hoping for a week. It's coming along okay every day, so I'll be okay, I think.
Thanks, Dwayne.
No problem, cheers.
A slight medial tear, like that one. And the description from Dwayne Barker. Dewsbury Rams. As Batley back on the attack now with Williams.
Had a bit of bad luck here, did Dewsbury, to set up this Batley field position. And another strange kick from Batley, another blasted at the player who knocked on, so gives him some field position.
No room for Walker on the 20. Batley push on. Applegarth offers it to his left-hand side as Crossley's in there with Tonks tackling for the Rams. 20 metres away now for Batley. Through Moore. Good charge through. The ball just going to ground as Daly Williams, 25-year-old, tried to squeeze through that Dewsbury line.
Yeah, couldn't hold under it, could he? It was a bit low. Round by his knees.
Scored 2 tries against Swinton at the weekend, did Daly Williams. Signed by the former coach Carl Harrison from Keighley. They two work together at Salford as well. Dewsbury in possession. Run from dummy half, just spotting the space around the right-hand side of the markers. Four tackles down for Dewsbury as they approach halfway. Coming down the hill in his second half.
Oh.
The ball's gone to ground, and elsewhere in the championship, still Halifax 12, Keighley Cougars 12 in the second half. They're probably a few minutes further on than we are in this game, but 12 points apiece at the Shea. Halifax currently top of the table. They'll be on points difference from Featherstone, who play Sheffield tomorrow. Batley charging through then. Space opened up for Ben Black. Eventually is hung on to. Now they drive with Potter. Potter says that they're offside. Gives a penalty to Batley right in front of the sticks. They're pointing to them as well. And they're going to go for the extra 2.
Yeah, I think it's a smart call. It takes them 3 scores away. 9 on 20 minutes to go. Just the last couple of sets, Dewsbury haven't managed to keep hold of the ball, have they?
Let's hear from Andrew Henderson, who's with us for the game as well.
Yeah, I think Dewsbury have sort of shot themselves in the foot a little bit. You know, they've seemed to be panicking a little bit in the last few minutes, but that's down to Batley's determination defensively. You know, the first 10 minutes, Dewsbury got themselves back in the game through Batley's own errors. You know, they had the bit of rub of the green there, got themselves back in, and then all of a sudden, great defensive effort from Batley. Their line speed's picked up, their contacts picked up, they're putting on kick pressure as well, which has given them the field position and got themselves back into this game. That's the reason why Batley is 16-4 up, and they're probably now going to be 18-4 up, because they've picked up their enthusiasm, their line speed, and defensive effort. They front-loaded their energy in that area, and that's got them back into this game. And Dewsbury at the moment, looking a little bit in 6s and 7s. They're looking a little bit disorganised and a bit of disarray. They're going to have to get back onto the back into the arm wrestle, complete the next few sets, get themselves back into the game. There's still a chance of winning this, Dewsbury, at only 18 points to 4. They can still get themselves back in the game, but they need to get back into the arm wrestle while completing some sets, going forward, playing a bit more direct, getting a good kicking game.
Andrew Henderson, Sheffield and Scotland international. Dewsbury Rams get proceedings back underway after that successful penalty. Both of these two sides, of course, coming off the back of defeats in previous games. Batley losing to Swindon. Dewsbury edged out 24 points to 12 against Featherstone Rovers. Batley on the 20. Held on to by the Rams. Craig Potter, the man who was caught in possession. This time Walker, looking to get to his feet quickly. Drops it back inside, gets the ball back, wasn't expecting it though, and it goes to ground. Into more dummies, and keeps hold himself.
Just get up.
And the final tackle, kick over the top. Picked up by James Craven. Offers it to Buchanan, but goes himself. Takes tackle 1 on the 30. Strong driving run.
Strong boys, Andy Smith. Certainly won't go missing.
There comes Buchanan. Walker takes him around the thighs. This time it's dummy from dummy half. George Flanagan taking his position yet again at dummy half. Spicer on the 5th tackle, stopped just outside the 20. Little kick over the top. Just found the in-goal area, it's being chased through. And it runs dead.
Bit of a let off for Batley, that. Needed to create a bit of pressure there, Dewsbury, to plays the ball strong when he wants to, this boy, doesn't he?
Just get up, Alex.
Already Batley just short of the halfway mark. Using Potter. Now Mennell takes it from dummy half. Pushes his way through as well.
It's the first time we've seen him carry the ball, isn't it, out of dummy half? So the indication there that Endo's tip that they might just tire Dewsbury the last 20 minutes, maybe paying off.
Moore with the kick on that left-hand side. Still in the air, palmed back by Batley, jumped upon by Ben Bolger for the Dewsbury Rams.
Bolger, that's bravery, that's rugby league. He's dived on that, he's put his body on the line, as you say, and given Dewsbury the chance of some field position here.
Halifax leading by 13 points to 12 now at the Shea. Paul Hanforth with a drop goal, nudging that one. Sounds like a exciting and close game at the Shea this evening. Batley shading this one here at Mount Pleasant. They're defending at the moment, though, as Dewsbury roll down a hill. Now with Kane Southernwood. As it comes to ground, resets this tackle count. Held calls the referee. Smith stands in at dummy half, takes it himself. Goes down 30 away then, the Dewsbury Rams. Flanagan. To Jones. 22 away. Flanagan into Bolger. Bolger gives it back as well as they float it over. There's a hand in, though, from Alex Brown. Well, Dewsbury will have head and feet.
I think he needed the hand. I think if that gets to the winger, he's in. He's in for a free run as well. Yeah. Great run from Bolger into the hole. Great offload as well. And then he's Southernwood with the speculator over the top. And Brown sticks his Molly Duker out and digs it over the sideline.
6 more for the Dewsbury Rams then from 10 metres out. Spreading the play. Still 10 metres to go. Craven stands at dummy half. Nicholson takes on this drive. Sets them up, 7 metres out. Flanagan takes it himself, tries to run through the traffic and wins a penalty.
You did not go back in a straight line and you slowed down.
First penalty of the half
hold on, George.
for Dewsbury.
George, take it back if you want. I reckon take it back if you want.
He's offering them to take it back if they want.
Wait for the tap.
And Flanagan with the tap.
Go.
Through hands they go, to that right-hand side again. Can they get the ball into touch? No. Keeping it alive, it's with Esders.
They've done well there. For all intents and money, they were out on the sideline.
Dewsbury still in possession. 10 out again. Flanagan out to the right-hand side again. They keep trying it. Didn't quite work for Greg Scott. Couldn't keep hold of the ball. They like it down that right-hand side.
Well, I think Esders was it. They got the pass away and just couldn't quite hang on it, Scott. Yeah, catch and pass from Esders. Or Wise a little bit low, you'd expect him to take that and have a pop at the corner. Slide in, catch the ball. Be like a swan, dive in, catch it and dive.
Former Widnes Academy product is Greg Scott. Signed for the Rams in the closed season. Now Batley will build, try to get away from their own 10-metre line. Held on now at the moment by James Craven and Pat Walker. Alex Brown brings it up to the 20.
Release, George. Great.
To the 30-metre line now.
You have to say Batley doing the tough stuff as well, aren't they, Ian? They're not shirking their responsibility. Every secondary roll and carrying the ball. Good leg drive.
Potter.
Played well, Potter.
3 white shirts on him. Ball's gone to ground from Batley. Knocked on. Referee's given a penalty to Dewsbury.
Somebody offside, picked it up.
Time out.
Yeah.
It's offside.
Yeah. Need a score here, I feel.
Back here, guys. Back here. Back here.
14 minutes to go. Dewsbury have had a fair bit of possession in these last few minutes. Yet again, 20 metres away from that Batley line. Flanagan to Bolger. Run around from Kane Southernwood. Stopped on the 20 though. Bolger takes it above his head. Keeps hold. Stopped 14 away now. Back round from Andy Smith.
Hold up, guys, hold up. Head clap.
Clash of heads on the 10-metre line.
Just take care of it. Take care of it.
Two Batley men coming together. Just having a breather.
Oof. Ouch. Well, Andy Smith's on the rampage here, so somebody's got to get in his way, and I think it's Applegarth and
Adam Scott.
Adam Scott. What's this? Boom. Oh! Ouch. That hurts.
He's still one of the Adam Scott still down on the 10-metre line. It's a big bash. Applegarth's all right on his feet. He's going to take a break, though.
I think Scott's all right.
He's got Adam Scott down.
Sorry, not all right, but all right's not the word, but I can see his legs moving, so he's compass mentis, but I think a terrible crack in the face there, didn't he?
It's like a...
Oh, well done.
It's a busy night for the physios and the medics. Here we've already seen Aidan Fall taken off earlier on. Twisted his back and his neck as he fell down. And here we see a clash of heads. I can tell you that at the Shea, Sam Obst has had a drop goal attempt come back off the post for Keighley, so still 13 points to 12. Halifax against Keighley at the Shea. Would have thought that one would go down to drop goals this evening. Keighley not doing too badly this year.
Well, everybody's pointing out their recruitment at the start of the year, weren't they? They thought Roman Abramovich had brought Keighley with all the players who were taken in there. He's gelled Jason Demetriou, who's gelled that team together and got them going well. And you know, the kind of quality of player that they bring in, it lifts the rest of the squad, it lifts the rest of the players, and they'll be expecting some results for sure.
So just bring Andrew back into it as well. Another stoppage, as we see in the game, and Andrew with just a couple of minutes, well, 13 minutes or so to go in the game.
Yeah.
How do you see it? You said it would go to the final 20. Dewsbury have really been pushing on, but what a black eye that is.
Yeah, it is. Look, Dewsbury have been pushing on, but they just haven't been clinical enough. You know, the field position they have had lately and recently in the game, they just haven't had that final pass. I think they're going a little bit lateral too in their attack. They need to straighten their attack up a little bit better when they're going wider. But again, just not being clinical enough. I mean, they've got a good opportunity now, some good field positions, but they need to score soon if they're going to get themselves really back in this game. But let's credit Batley, though. Their defensive effort has been magnificent in this last sort of 20 minutes, and that's why they've been rewarded on the scoreboard as well. So it's going to be a tough last 12, 13 minutes now here for the Rams. But again, if they're clinical here with their execution and skill, they're a real chance.
10 metres out they are now. Using hands as well, comes through Craven, out to his left-hand side. Craven stands in at dummy half. Up into the night sky. Batley underneath it. Runs through, touched out. It's a drop out from underneath the stick, so Dewsbury will get the ball back.
He touches it, Richard. Just show the replay.
He's seen if a Batley player took this out of the in goal, which would mean it's a goal line dropout. If they didn't, did he touch it? And I thought Gareth Moore touched his knee, so that's a goal line dropout.
Goal line dropout, guys. Goal line dropout.
Yep.
He's giving a goal line dropout.
Yeah, it's the right call.
So Dewsbury with even more pressure.
Yeah, but as Ian says, as Andrew says, they've got to execute it. They've got to, all this pressure that they've had and all this field position of the last 2 or 3 minutes, they've got to put a play on that's going to get them back on the scoreboard as well.
Dewsbury coach Warren Jarrett did say that he thought that his side were fairly evenly matched against Featherstone at the weekend, but thought that the finishing was far more clinical from Featherstone Rovers in that victory for Fev. A few metres away now as Ben Jones slides on his knees. Need to score some points, but held up at the Rams. Literally on the line, looking for the space, and diving through is Flanagan. Has he got the ball down? We're going to ask Ian Smith.
Did he get it down?
So he picks the ball up, dives between the defenders. Doesn't really show him that much. That another angle. This might be better. Can you just jog that back and slow it down just a fraction, just to see if he's put it on his leg? Just jog it back. So he's right. Just go frame by frame forward now. So he's keep going, keep going, keep going. That looks like it's on the line. Have you got anything different? You got another angle? This might be the better one. This might be the one. Yeah, that's good enough for me. It's good enough for me. That's a try. Clint, that's a try.
Clint Sherrod instructed to give a try. Another one you agree with, Brian?
Oh, that's the right call. Georgie went down, and usually get an indication from the player. They're all becoming Oscar winners as well. He's trying to convince the video referee, but there's no convincing needed here. Bolger does a good job holding 3 people up. He turns around, and George lies to the pass and gets himself over the line.
18 points to 8 as we are now. The extra 2 added. Still 2 scores needed by Dewsbury, but at this stage in the game, just what they needed. And reward for the pressure that they've had. As you said, Brian, they need to make it pay.
Oh, 12 minutes to go. They're still well in this game. 11 minutes.
So we enter the final 10 minutes of the game here at Mount Pleasant. 8 points in it. A shorter kick from Batley.
Surrender!
The ball dropped off its tee as it was kicked. Offload away for the Rams. Gives them a few extra metres. Need an extra 10. Here we see the ball just falling off the kicking tee. A restart. Comes Rob Spicer. Full time at the Shea though. It's finished 13-12. Halifax putting themselves clear at the top of the table. Keithley with a bonus point, but very, very close there. Paul Hanforth with a drop goal winning it for Halifax. Into the final 10 minutes. If it stays as we are, Halifax will be top this evening. Featherstone Sheffield tomorrow.
Good catch.
Claimed by Brown on the 30-metre line.
I'll show the right kick selection there. I'm even tempted to poke that down into the corner and see if Batley could work their way out there, because we're still 8 minutes to go. They're going to need a few more opportunities, Dewsbury, and they don't get into the mentality and they don't give penalties away like they did there. Don't try and win the game on the next play. Get yourself sorted for a higher percentage play that you can find some success with.
And we see the penalty given to Batley. Says held the referee. And ball, the extras in there. And halfway now. Strong stuff and tackle from Ben Bolger. Good few metres. Push on towards the 40. We saw Adam Scott go off with a bit of a black eye and knocked head. Let's hear the latest from Natalie Quirk, who's down pitch side.
Reece, just update us. We saw a real clash of heads there, and we saw how dazed he was when he came up, but just update us.
Yeah, well, after initial assessment, we cleared his... Obviously, he was breathing OK, and he was conscious, and we cleared that there's no spinal injury. But when we got off the field, we've seen that, you know, there could be a suspected eye socket fracture, so he'll be going to X-ray after the game.
How long is he likely to be out for now?
Well, it depends what the X-ray says. Everyone's different, so we'll take it from there.
Thanks, Reece.
Thanks.
Taking the ball in the field of play, being pushed behind, so drop out from underneath sticks from the Dewsbury Rams.
I have to say Ben Black's kicking game tonight has been probably of the highest order and been the difference between the two teams at this stage. You know, Batley's kicking game in general, you know, I think Black's kicked better than Moore.
Williams in possession for Batley. 25 metres out. Moore. Cross is held on there, and a bit of cramp for Gareth Moore.
Gareth, just take the ball.
Set up a local clothing business, did Gareth. Moving back here to Batley.
You're right, okay.
Back up on his feet, though. Here's the Batley coach, John Keir. Just awaiting the restart as Gareth Moore, ball in hand, all set up with Chris Live, an acting half-back to pick up the ball for the next play. Back ready. Here go the Bulldogs again with Byron Smith. Now Live. Into Black. Into Live again. Stopped just short. 4 white shirts around him.